All right, I'm looking at the Atlantic games again. This is going to be Bracket City and then Fluxus and then Stacks. And maybe we'll try the crossword as well today. We'll see. I don't know how big the crossword is. The bigger crossword might have to be a separate video potentially. But anyway, starting with Bracket City. All right, so we're going to replace the highlighted portions and get this paragraph down to just a headline. So one of two in a pod is a P. Word after P, lab, or trench. P lab or trench. P. Okay. Well, let's come back to that thing you champ at or chomp at these days. The bit, chomp at the bit. You bit off compared to what you bit off. Yep. So, okay. Feline nemesis of Jerry is Tom. Tom and Jerry. Cartographer's creation is a map. Movie star Tom, whose last name is actually whose last name, I think. Movie star Tom, whose last name is actually Mapother? I'm assuming it's whose last name. Is it Tom Cruise, maybe? Cruise is a word that they could end up using in another clue pretty easily. Okay, Cruise blank. First glimmer of Cruise control. Blank Hold'em. Texas Hold'em. Largest city in Texas. Is it Dallas? I feel like it's Dallas, right? Oh, it's not Dallas. Is it Houston? Houston. Who were told there was a problem. Of course, Houston, there's a problem. All right. One of many conducted in the run-up to an election is a poll, because it's Apollo. Mission Control was told there was a problem. Apollo 13. Trip that might require a permission slip. A field trip? Okay. Word after P, lab, or trench. Fire that... Okay, so it's being maybe a bunch of brackets. Okay, so then that answer is blank. You might be tempted to apply to bad news. After P, and it's not P pod. P trench. So you might be so the next one is blank. Candy consumption consequence. And I'm thinking something like a sugar high. So sugar, you might be tempted to apply sugar to bad news, or you put sugar on it. You sugarcoat it. You sugarcoat it. A coat. It's a coat. Coat. Pea coat, lab coat, trench coat. You sugarcoat bad news. And then a sugar high is the sugar rush. Blank Rushmore is Mount Rushmore. Okay, amount you bit off compared to what you can chew. You bit off more than you can chew. Fire that cooks s'mores often is a campfire. Silent part of campaigning is silent part of campaigning. Well, it looks like, I mean, this makes me think it's Garfield. So silent part of campaign. Oh, yes, it's the letter G. I was like, it looks like it's just the letter G. It is, because that's the silent letter in campaigning. Although, yeah, it is the silent letter. There's kind of AI making a sound and the NG are making one sound together, but they're not really silent per se. So there we go. Okay. Garfield debuts in newspapers in 1978. There we go. All right, well, let me know if you are a fan of Garfield and how you did on today's Bracket City, and I'm going to move on to Fluxus now. All right, so this is how Fluxus works. We're trying to connect these words with words in between, and they have to fit. They have to start with the end of the previous word and fit this category. So we need an adjective that starts with T or NT or ENT or IENT or radiant almost works, but radiant is ANT, not ENT. So otherwise that would be really good. ENT should be easy to do. Adjectives and then we're gonna alternate vowel consonant. So if we can alternate vowel consonant at the end of this word, can we do entire? Is that an adjective? Yeah. Entirely even would work, but let's do entire. Actually, entirely is not an adjective. Oh, it's probably an adverb. Entirely would be an adverb. That's right. Entire, alternating vowel consonant. So then we should be able to do tire, and then exactly two vowels. Then can we do ire? But it's got to end. Oh, but it's got to end in GR or GRAD or something. G. It could end in a G. Exactly 2 vowels. It'd be nice if we could do something grad. It would have to have a vowel. I don't know. There's probably something there. So we need a word that ends with GRA or even just G. Ooh, which is interesting. So I'm thinking something maybe that starts with RE and then some number of letters and ends in G, but we can only have one more vowel. Re something vowel G. Rebug? No, tag. Ah, there we go. All right. So we had we did really good. We had the ENT that we repeated, and then we repeated this whole word was repeated from the previous word. So not too bad. All right. Well, let me know what words you used in today's Fluxus and how many repeating letters you had. And now I'm going to move on to stacks. All right. So this is stacks. We basically have to drop these words down to make new words. So let's see. That could be Atlas, something with a W. Ooh, all W isn't bad. We could do AY at the end. We can't quite do hallway, but something fall away or something. That was ooh, you can almost do drawer, but not quite. That's not great. The J is interesting. So we can end with WAY, alleyway, Atlas and lounge. We can get alleyway, I bet. Okay, so let's drop that down, and then we need to do probably lounge here. We need because if we do Atlas first, then it's going to be AT. So we've got to do this. Thunder. Are we gonna get thunder? Yeah, because Atlas we're gonna be able to make thunder. So let's drop that, and then Atlas is gonna go over here. And we got, because we got to do that next because we got to get thunder. So crater's going to be at the end. So RETAR. Ooh, but then we'll have LRAT. So we got to do fjord. Maybe we don't do Atlas yet. Maybe we do crater next, which is then going to be at cast. Yep. So we'll do that. And then it's going to be forage, but we got to do Atlas first, so the T gets down to thunder. And then fjord, so we get forage and cast and lord. And the J is the leftover one, so we're not using the J. There we go. All right, well, that was the 3 Atlantic games that aren't crosswords. I think I'll do the mini crossword as its own video, maybe. So link in the description and up in the corner there if you want to go see that video as well. But I suspect it's going to take a little bit longer, and I didn't want this video to be too long. So anyways, go check that out. And of course, let me know how you did on these other 3 puzzles, and be sure to subscribe for more.